My name is Martina and welcome to my channel. As you can see from the title, this is my September TBR and I'm super excited for September because it's that month where you're transitioning into fall, and as all the girlies are saying, we're all excited for fall because summer was not it this year. And well, is summer ever it? Yeah, summer was very stormy and rainy and super hot at the same time, so I'm just over it and I'm excited to talk about my September TBR. It's mainly like romances but also a lot of fantasies, so let's get into it. The first book on my TBR is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This will be a reread for me because I really love this book and I want to read it in the fall time. Last time I read it, I think it was June of last year, and you know that's summertime, so I actually want to read it in September and get my month start off with this one especially because it really fits for autumn, but like not exactly autumn, like transition into autumn periods. Like the place where our main character is in this book is like very wintry, but also the atmosphere like just gives me total autumn vibes, so I'm excited to reread it. And then I want to read this romance book. I already talked about it in my end of the year TBR, but it is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It's a romance book where this girl, she inherits a cafe in a small town and she meets a local farmer who is like very grumpy, and she's more like happy-go-lucky or sunshiny. And yeah, I'm expecting some cute vibes in this one, some very autumnal cozy feelings. And it's a very short book and not super long, so I plan to like knock this book off in like one day in one sitting. And then I have this book that I've been wanting to read for quite a while now. I didn't enjoy the first book in the series that it's like a spin-off from, but I think I'll love this one. That is Throne of the Fallen. It's by Carrie Maniscalco. The Kingdom of the Wicked series is what she wrote. I didn't like Kingdom of the Wicked. Kingdom of the Wicked was like a terrible book for me. I think I gave it 2 stars. I didn't enjoy it at all. But this one, it sounds very spicy, but also like very tense. And I just love a good tense romance with some characters that have powers and stuff, you know. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one. Then I want to read my first Elsie Silver, and that would be Wild Love. I am not really interested in Elsie Silver's what's that one called, the cowboy book by her, that series. I think it's like Flawless, Heartless, Reckless, all those books. I don't have like the most intense feeling of wanting to read any of those, so I just wanted to read something by her, but like not exactly those. And I saw this one and I read it, the synopsis. It has like a single dad, and then I think she is the nanny or something. I don't remember if she was the nanny, but regardless, when I read the synopsis, it really caught my interest. So I put it on my TBR for September because I'm like, I want to read it, and I'm a mood reader. So because I recently read the synopsis, I bought it and I was like, I'll read it in September. So yeah, Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I'm planning to read this in September. Another romance book on my TBR is The Neighbor Favorite by Christina Forrest. This one I've been wanting to read for quite a while. Actually, I want to read all of Christina Forrest's book, but this one I want to read the most. It's like this lady, she is writing emails to her favorite fantasy author. Like, go you girl, I wish I could. And she enlists the help of her neighbor to help her find a date. I don't know if it's for something specific, but she wants him to help her get dates or something, like find someone to have a romance with, and he's helping her with that. But meanwhile, he is her favorite fantasy author and she doesn't know that. But yeah, it sounds very good and I want to read it right now. So yeah, I put it on my September TBR. Another one I don't own but sounds really good and perfect for September is The Spell Shop. This one recently came out. I think it was actually July or maybe August. I don't remember exactly when it came out. But I had this on my anticipated releases of this year. I had it from like January. I put it on my list, so I didn't remember about it until I've been seeing it around since it released. But it's like a librarian. She runs away from this library where it's like a magical library, and she took some of the spell books from there. She's not supposed to take these spell books, so she is basically doing something illegal. But she goes to this small remote island and she builds up like an illegal magic spell shop there. And that's really all I know. It sounds good. I heard it has romance. It has some good friendships and sweet romance and cozy feelings, and I'm here for that. And then I want to read Daydream by Hannah Grace. I did read Icebreaker. I didn't read Wildfire. I think that was the second book. But Daydream, it sounds more fluffy and romantic, so I want to read it. Icebreaker I enjoyed, but like not love like everyone else, but I enjoyed it. Wildfire I knew I wasn't going to enjoy because I don't like romance book where it's built off of it's just built off like the physical aspect of romance. It's not just like the feelings, you know? So yeah, I didn't want to read Wildfire because I think I wouldn't like it, and based on what I heard from the reviews, I was like, I'm not gonna like that book. So yeah, but Daydream now. I love Henry, and I love the synopsis description of the main girl in this one, so I think I would love Daydream a whole lot. And it's like perfect to read around this time too. It just came out today actually. And lastly, I want to read The Mysterious Society of Lady Scoundrels. I did talk about this as well and for my end of the year TBR because I'm trying to knock these books out. But yeah, this one is more on the humorous side. It's a fantasy historical fiction book. It's about a lady thief who teams up with her would-be assassin, so to help her aunt who got kidnapped by this crazed pirate who is trying to get rid of all the women in London that he finds are inappropriate and improper. And her aunt is from the society that is basically full of women that the pirate despises. And I think the aunt is the leader of that. So yeah, they're trying to get back her aunt. I hear it's romantic, it's funny, and I did read it in the Hilton already, and I like the vibe of her book, so I'm here for this one. So yes, that is my little September TBR. It's not little, I think it's like 8 books, but it's little in like, I guess it is little because most people read like 12 or 20 books a month, but I read like an average around 6 to 7, sometimes 9, so it's a bit ambitious for me. And hopefully I keep the mood for all of them because I'm a mood reader. I will tend to put something on my TBR and like, I don't want to read that. Go read something else. But yeah, that's my September TBR.
Okay, so real quickly, I want to show you all my reading journal. This is a digital reading journal. I use this one because I found it more difficult to keep up with a physical reading journal, so that's why I switched to a digital one. I've been doing digital for the past 2 years now. On this one, I have a few characters that I really love. So we have characters from Emily Well, from Ember in the Ashes, and The Crow Prince. And then I have a little mushroom house that I just found really pretty, and Tinkerbell, and just some other little cute things on the cover. Now let's get into the other pages. I have my 2024 books page. These are basically my anticipated reads. And you can see I got through some of them. Some of them I actually changed my mind on wanting to read. So yeah, not all of them are finished. Then I have like books on my 2024 TBR, basically one I want to read in 2024. Not necessarily I own them, but like I'm looking forward to reading them because I tend to forget what I've been looking forward to over the year, so I put them on a list for what I really want to read. Then I have my shelf of books I've read so far this year. This should be 44 because I've read 44 so far. Then this is my reading by, very self-explanatory. I read a book, and if I really love it, I'll buy it physically. Yeah, I do need to update this. There's been some more that I actually love and I want to buy them. And this is like all the books I've read so far. Yeah, the ones with the brown hearts are like my very favorite ones that I really enjoyed. And I want to read 60 books. This is my winter TBR. So what I want to read in the winter time, and if I read them, I put a star on them. Then we have my January head page, my TBR list of January, my weekly reading page. I try to do this so I can keep up a pace of what I want to read that week. I just finished. I do a book haul page because I like to know when I buy a book, what month I bought them, and how much I bought a month. My wrap up of January, my star ratings, and February. I tried doing like, if I DNF a book, I tried putting that, but I didn't do it every month though. Again, what I read that week, book haul, physical and not physical, my wrap up of that month, then my spring TBR. Didn't finish all of them. My March read. April, wanna read. I read that week. What I hauled that month. What I read overall. My physical read and audiobook read, because I listen to audiobook and also read physically at the same time. And on to May. I want to read. And what I read. What I hauled. I did actually unhaul like 3 days. Yeah. I did not like that book. It was terrible. And that one too. It was a bad choice that month. But yeah, those are what I read that month. I really love this one. It's really good. And then summer TBR. I do need to update this because I've read that, and these two. Oh, June was a terrible month. You see how ambitious this is? Look at what I read. One book. I have all one. I read one. And in July wasn't bad. I actually did good in July. My home. What I read in August. Little TBR. Weekly reading. What I hauled. What I read so far. Now on to my fall TBR, and that's my last page for now. Yeah, that's my reading journal.